What up, everybody? I'm your host, JP, and this is my co host, Josh.
Hey, everybody.
And welcome back to another episode of the FilmBros podcast. Today, we're about to do a little bit of some magic. All right? We're about to talk about some, did you figure out how to do that, like the card trick where you're able to, like, mentally remember a card and,
No.
Exactly. I mess up always at the memory part. Like, oh, you got the three of spades? They're like, no.
It's like, damn.
We're doing a different kind of magician trick that we do. We're taking a perfectly good movie and we're gonna just completely gut it and do whatever we got to do to make sure whether or not it's really
Just
good,
abuse the fuck out of it.
or really bad, or somewhere in between. Obviously, like we always do with our reviews, we're gonna go ahead and talk about a movie that is years in the making, because let's be honest, these movies, though in my opinion I think they're like a fresh concept and a new, like an innovative way to kind of push the industry in like different routes and give it like new ideas. They don't put out as many movies as you would have thought, right? Like, especially like a movie like this, you would think, hey, it doesn't take that much money, let's just do it, right?
Yeah.
But that's just me. Let them know what we're gonna be talking about today, so we can start breaking it down. And yeah, Josh, we'll get into it.
We are reviewing Now You See Me, Now You Don't. 2020.
Yeah.
In the world of magic, everything that disappears reappears. Whew! It is very good to be back.
Come up, you're gonna be our helper.
Okay, disappear in 3, 2, 1.
J. Daniel Atlas in the house. Who wants to see a magic trick? I think we would have made the horseman proud. My Atlas was spot on.
Really? I'll be the judge of that. According to that card, for some reason, I need you.
Why not the other horseman?
The other horsemen are dead.
Oh my god, what?
No, they're like dead to me. Things got too real for them. They gave up. Stop interrupting.
Yes, and you will work your magic behind the scenes to fix that, or to insert the thing where you need to. That's where you come in, sir. That's your magic trick right there. Yes, Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Like I said, a movie that's been basically in the making. The other movies, like Now You See Me 1 came out in, I believe, 2013.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Oh yeah, 2013. The follow-up film came out in 2016, Now You See Me 2, and about close to 10 years, it's about 9 years, Now You See Me, Now You Don't was released. So I mean, I wonder what the big hiatus was about. That's a crazy in between, right? I mean, we've seen trilogies kind of drag out. If you're an Incredibles fan, you know what a sequel drag out looks like for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's probably because the second one might have made the money, but they just didn't know how to approach it because that second one wasn't too good. So maybe they were just like, we got to give it time to marinate a little bit.
Ooh, man, that's a full review we got to give that one. You're just gonna give the review out for free? No. Well, if you guys want to hear that review, let us know. We'll put Josh through some torture for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, I could agree with you. I would say, if we rank these movies, probably that one would be the weaker link. I haven't seen it in a while, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. I usually stop at the first one because, in my opinion, I think the first one just kind of, it was fresh, it was new, and then the way that they ended it, it was like a perfect bow out that you just, to be honest, if they just never made another movie, you would have been like, okay, that's cool. But then they did, right? And then one of the actresses decided not to come back, and then in this one, now she decided to come back, which there's some cool aspects about this third film, which we'll obviously talk about once we start getting into like the review stuff and all that. But I mean, how did you feel having to wait this long for a Now You See Me sequel?
I hated it. I didn't enjoy the second one too much, but I do still care about these characters. So I think waiting this long, I was like, you know what? Sure, I can wait. And then I heard it got announced, and then they were making it, and I was like, you know what? I'm locked in from the jump.
And not
So
just making this one. Remember when we talked about it too, they greenlit and had an early development, like a script for a fourth part. And I was wondering like why they did that. And after seeing this film, you could tell like they're setting up either the proper sequel that they probably should have done with Now You See Me 2, and basically moving that needle, which we'll talk about that towards the end of the review. But first things first, as always, we're going to check the Rotten Tomatoes score. And the Rotten Tomatoes score says it's at a 61% on the tomato meter and 81% on the popcorn meter. I see it. I mean, I just don't understand why people hate fun sometimes. The 61 on the
Right.
critic side is just, I think it's just people that just hate fun. Because you say what you will, about these films, even the second one, you can't deny that the magic is fun when it comes down to
it is
these
fun.
ones.
I think, yeah, it's fun. It's a nice aspect. That's the thing. I think people look at these movies too harshly. They're just like, hey, you know, the disbelief is meant in the magic. You know what you're getting.
Yeah, yeah. But like I said, I mean, we're going to break it down, but we got to be honest. Like, even though the magic is fun and everything like that, we just, I think the problem that this franchise has is probably trying to utilize that like aspect of it, right? I think too much thinking goes into the magic behind the scenes that when it's translated on screen, it feels a little convoluted, if that makes sense. But at the same time, a fun ride if you just turn your brain off. And I don't like to say that. I don't like to be like, oh man, if you got to turn your brain off, you know that these movies
Crazy. Full
aren't going to
circle.
be the best. But I can understand that it's magic, and when I was a kid, I used to watch Chris Angel a lot, so I know about like suspending my disbelief. He's a mind freak.
Oh my gosh.
Am I right?
Yeah,
I right?
no. Yeah,
Give me some
yeah,
skin.
no. I agree. I agree.
But yeah, so do we agree with this tomato score, or what do you think?
I think the critics are too harsh. But I wish the audience score was a lot higher. I thought this movie was really fun. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, even like a roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't deny. I mean, I kind of was going through it with my spiel, but I mean, me having to wait this long for a sequel to what I would have thought should have been, like I said, should have been like a no-brainer to just, you don't even need
Continue.
the same people, to be honest, if you didn't want to, but like
Blasphemy.
they could have, well, that's what I'm saying. It's good that they keep them. You get some characterization and you get people to fall in love with these characters and stuff like that. But to be honest, this is kind of like a franchise where you could have people that are new and just keep the magic kind of going in different ways. You know what I mean? You could put Chris Evans in one of these probably. I don't know. Instead, they opted for Andrew Santino. Crazy enough that happened right in the front of the movie, but that is what it is. Ruben Fleischer came back to direct this one as well. He's directed both Now You See Me and Now You See Me 2. Now he came back for Now You See Me, Now You Don't. And he's also signed up to make the fourth installment, whatever they're going to call that one, because this, like I said, this title is perfect. It probably should have been the second one. What are they just going to do? Like slap a 4 on there? Now You See Me 4?
It's gonna be like Now You See Me, like abracadabra or some bullshit like that.
I hate that title.
I thought motherfucker making it. I'm just like saying it's gonna be something like that.
Yeah, no, but I strongly urge you not to follow with that title. Whoever's listening, don't follow that title. We do have the returning cast, like I said: Jesse Eisenberg as Atlas, Woody Harrelson as McKinney, Dave Franco as Jack Wilder, and Isla Fisher as Henley. Like I said, Isla Fisher was the one that did not return for the second one, and instead she was thoroughly replaced by Lizzie Kaplan.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you remember the second one too much. I mean, we
Yes, I
did
do.
see her in this one, so we'll probably discuss that down the road a little bit. Like I said, Andrew Santino's in this one, but he's not a prominent role in this one. Ariana Greenblatt as June, Dominic Sessa as Bosco, Justice Smith as Charlie, and yeah, everybody else. Rosamund Pike as Veronica, and so on and so forth. Josh, stack cast this one.
Yeah.
I love seeing Ariana Greenblatt. I ain't gonna lie. Ahsoka, young Ahsoka. She played young Ahsoka. But I mean, what do you think about the characters? If we want to just start jumping into it, I mean, wait, you got to give the rundown, right? So yeah, let's give the rundown.
Now You See Me 3. That's just what I'm gonna call it. Now You See Me 3 takes place 10 years after the fact. The Horsemen are missing, and we get a bunch of amateur artists parading around using their likeness, which draws the attention of Jesse Eisenberg's character Atlas to hunt them down and be like, "Hey, you guys did so well. You got the attention of our secret organization. So now we have to rob and use our magic skills to rob and give back to the people this diamond from this. I don't even remember her name.
Veronica.
Yeah, from Veronica. Their company's bad. They have bad handlings. Yeah, they have bad. They're bad people. So they steal from the bad people to give back to the poor. They're kind of like Robin Hood. But magic hood like that. Like, so that draws, as they attempt to steal it the first time, that draws in the whole crew back. We get some spiting where they've been this whole time, a good bunch of catching up. We find out where they were for the past 10 years, which I think that should have been a movie on its own, low key. But we see what they're up to. They reunite. Woody Harrelson's character gets put in jail. Actually, a good chunk of them get put into jail as they're trying to escape from the police. They gotta rescue his character. They try to switch him off for the diamond, not pyramid. I don't know why I keep saying that. For the diamond, a good switcheroo happens. There's a twist. The movie continues. They set up a fourth part.
Basically, spoilers and whatnot coming up right now. Obviously, I probably should have said that before you gave the rundown. But yeah, that's basically the rundown. The first one was a bank heist. The second one was they were just basically trying to get their freedom from Harry Potter.
They were stealing from a millionaire. Yeah.
Yeah. They stole from a millionaire by accident, and then they had to basically do his bidding for a little bit for Harry Potter. What a good number, and so on and so forth. And in this one, they're doing a diamond heist, which it's kind of a far-fetched diamond heist. The story is kind of all over the place, in my opinion. But I mean, like I said, we'll break it down and get into it. I guess first things first. I mean, we do see her later on down the road in this film, the replacement Lizzie Kaplan. She does make an appearance in this one as well. But I mean, what do we think about the characters? I kind of wanted to start it with Isla Fisher first, because she was the one who kind of missed out on the second one. Was it kind of like a good thing to see her back? I mean, I thought that they were going to totally ignore Now You See Me Too in a way and not bring Lizzie back. But I mean, what do you think about Isla coming back?
I thought so too, low-key. I thought they were going to be like, what? I've been here the whole time.
Right.
But I like seeing her back. I think everybody coming back, it felt like they were never gone, low key, especially her. It really felt like she just fit back into place and was like being snappy toward everybody, like she's supposed to be. She had that weird animosity toward Atlas that they had in the first one. Like, I think she came back and she fit like a glove. Like, there was nothing missing about it.
She missed a step kind of thing.
Yeah. So I think everybody coming back all fit together.
Yeah. I do think that Isla coming back kind of brings that dynamic. It was kind of weird with Now You See Me Too, but I mean, at the same time, I guess I could understand. I think she had a kid or something, and that's why she didn't come back.
Yeah, that's why I think that's what they said in the movie too. So they try to like keep it like parallel.
Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is. But I guess we'll start with the original four. Like I said, Isla was one of them. What do you think about Jesse Eisenberg, Dave Franco, and that's basically it, right? Oh, Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson.
What do you think of them all coming back?
I missed them. I liked them. Like I said, it was like they never left. I think they all came back and fit in. I do think acting wise, I think they're good. I think their chemistry matches up. I think they all kind of, like I said, they managed to form back together. I think they suffer because of the story, though.
Hmm.
I mean, we can get into that later, but I would say that it hinders them because you got to share the spotlight with these newcomers and give us their backstory, tell us what they're about, and everything like that. So it takes away from their dynamic. But I do think they all just like manage to fit each other
They
again.
mesh. I agree with that. They do mesh. I really like them. I like their chemistry work and everything. Them with the newcomers as well. I like. You're right. There is some things that kind of like stop it from being top tier, um, like a top tier reunion. But at least for the most part, it it felt nice. It felt nice to see them back, 100%.
Yeah,
And then the newcomers, like I said, it was Ariana Greenblatt, which she played she played June, and then
right.
Dominic Sessa as Bosco, and Justice Smith as Charlie.
Yeah,
Um, I like seeing Justice Smith in anything he
I
does.
think he's
I
a good
loved
actor.
him in
Yeah,
Dungeons and Dragons. I think he's a really good actor, especially with like the range that he's able to do. I think he has a great career ahead of him. Dominic Sessa, he seems new to me. I don't think I've seen him in anything. I don't have you?
I think. Let me see.
Toe and the
Uh,
Holdovers. Oh, he was in the
the
Holdovers. I
holdovers.
haven't even seen that one either.
Yeah, so I guess he is kind of new.
Yeah, brand new. Ariana Greenblatt, like I said, I think she's a delight when I see her.
Right. I like them. I think even know not even knowing who that guy was because I didn't even recognize him. He for real looks like he could be like Finn Wolfhard's brother, low key.
I at first I thought he was like on Stranger Things or something. I thought he was
Mm,
the one with the hair in I think season 3 where
yeah.
he was like the rock star or something like that.
Hmm.
But it wasn't him. So.
That's just that isn't that? Are you talking about Joseph Quinn, my man?
No, not him. Was that him?
Yes. You need to watch this show. You need to get on the program. Like, come on.
I hear the last season's been sucking balls though.
You still have to watch it.
But I heard that it's
Who are you
not that
talking
good.
to? Who are you talking to that says that? Who are you talking to?
The internet says that. They
The
say
internet is full of it. But
they say it's
anyway,
not good. Grace Randolph said it was bad.
who cares what she thinks? Um.
A lot of people.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I would say I like these three. Do I feel like there's kind of like their own chemistry? Sure, but like I said, I think that could have been explored in their own little movie if they wanted to. That would have been cool to see.
Like a Now You See Me
But
spinoff,
yeah, but like
Junior
now they're
Edition.
just like yeah, but now we're supposed to follow this crew, but it's like okay, they can mesh in with everybody else, and they kind of do for the most part.
So you
But
agree with me then,
like
in a way,
what?
when I said that like you could basically swap out these people for new ones, right? If we would have made like a Now You See Me, Now You Don't, but with or let's just say like a spin-off version of Now You See Me or whatever with these three characters where they do magician stuff, the heist or whatever, and then they get seen by the organization or whatever, and then by the fourth one, or let's just say the third one because the other one's a spin-off, they all meet up and boom, they're in a movie together. See, that would have been like a magician Avenger style like movie. Like that
Yeah,
that's what I mean about this franchise. Like they could have possibly done something like that and really built up all these characters so when like I'm assuming next movie is going to be like super hard hitting and stuff like that. They said it's supposed to be like a soft reboot or whatever. But like
yeah.
that would be that I would have went that route with things, but they just kind of
Hmm.
like how you said they just kind of shoved them into this movie, and it did kind of hurt the movie because now I got to figure out who these new people are, and then also my main characters that I really cared about that I've been watching for two movies are basically taking a back seat.
Exactly. And that was just that's where the story suffering. Do I like them? Do I like the stories? Do I agree with them? Sure. I think the twist that ties into everything is kind of like, it all up in your face, but for the most part, I like the actors. I like what they bring to the table. I just think they needed their own something to flesh them out, because telling us that they've been friendly for years and that they're only family and all that stuff, we didn't see that. We saw them. We saw Atlas and them do it together and be friends and family first.
Yeah, we didn't even get
So
no flashbacks or nothing.
exactly. So I think it's just a little different. But I do like them. Like, I don't hate them. I like them. The story itself is where it
It's
becomes a
just
problem.
cramming what 4 plus the fifth one from the last movie, and then you
Yeah.
also got Vanderberg. Then you got 3 extra people that you got to deal with. That's 9 characters that we got to follow in an hour and a half movie. Literally, I believe it was, right?
Yeah.
Literally about an hour and like a half hour and 40 minutes or something like that. So I mean, it was a lot of characters for a magician movie. They're like, take a look at this. We could fit them all in here. Magic, boom, just cut around. But yeah, the world building that. Oh, well, I guess with the characters, are you basically wrapped up? They did a good job, but it's the story and stuffing them all into
Yes.
one movie that basically made them suffer. But for the most part, I think acting wise, everybody did what they had to do. Not that anybody really gave a hard hitting performance in this one.
Yeah.
Maybe besides that whole Morgan Freeman scene, but even then,
That's the goat.
it was like short lived, if that makes sense. So it is what it is. Badoomts. World building. This is the 3rd installment. I think it kind of lacked. I think there was some cop outs with the world building. One thing was obviously Mark Ruffalo should have been here. I mean, we do get a glimpse of him that basically sets up a sequel, but for the most part, he should have been in this movie to kind of help with everything that's happening. Like I said, world building would have also been a little bit smoother if we would have had that other movie with these other 3 in that one, and then we could have built it up properly. But I think the world building kind of stumbled with like basically how they set it up. Maybe I just don't remember the second one, but I do remember that obviously Mark Ruffalo, basically he sacrificed himself, and they just basically threw him to the side in this one. So I mean, the world building was kind of like, oh yeah, we're gonna keep this franchise going, but we're also not gonna address certain things that happened so heavy right now. And
Right.
obviously, this is another issue that so many actors in one movie kind of brings, right?
I can feel that, because it's also like where were they? You know what I mean? And the second one is like, that's the thing. Nobody can remember the second one. I remember it so vividly because I don't like it.
I just remember 2
And
Woody
so-
Harrelsons in Harry Potter.
That's one of the worst things. But yeah, no. So he ends up. I don't even think he was in the second one, because he was in jail from the first one.
No, he was in the second one.
Was he?
Yeah.
So he gets thrown in jail, and so he's supposed to be doing jail time, and then they kind of bring that up like at the end, like, oh, he was supposed to be in jail, but I guess he got free.
He was like,
So-
psych magic, bitch. I'm out the bars.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, you get a little glimpse at him, and what potentially could be a 4th part with him, but that's just another character tacked on. Holy shit.
Yeah. So world
It's a
building,
mess. It's a mess. World building. I mean,
not as strong.
they loosely have to, like, that's the thing. They're shackled by the second one, low key. They got to carry that on its shoulders, because it's like no one really enjoyed that one.
This movie, like when you say shackles, it makes me think of like, who was that magician that went in the river and just never came back up?
I don't know.
You hear that? That was like he's like a tall tale for like magicians.
Oh, you're talking about the one that got punched in the ribs. What's his name? Nah, I don't know his name. I was gonna be like David Copperfield. I don't even think that's his name. Houdini. There you
Houdini,
go.
there you go. Yeah,
Harry
he locked
Houdini.
himself inside and just couldn't break the lock. So it happens, I guess. But yeah, so there's that reminds me of like being this movie basically being shackled by, like I said, the world building aspect, like how you said, the whole second movie, and then also the different characters that they basically had to juggle in this one, didn't help it as well. So it was kind of like a can they pull it off kind of thing. And maybe if they like, it sounds like they were prepping, like I said, since the beginning to make a fourth part. So this probably is going to be a continuation into the next one. But for the most part, it being a standalone movie, yeah, world building really suffered when it came to this one, 100%.
Yeah.
And like I said, the actors suffered, the world building suffered. Even though, like I said, it's kind of more of a return to form to the first one than the second one was. It just seemed they just seemed to not be able to like catch a break because they just decided to, hey, let's go ahead and just put these people in there as well.
Yeah.
And let's go ahead and, instead of focusing on the things that we need to focus on. Cinematography, camera work.
I loved it. Okay, I know I keep saying it. I don't know why, but I really loved it. I loved the cinematography in this movie. I liked the way things spun. I liked the way the sets moved. I liked the way like when they were like ended up somewhere else and like the sign of the city like showed up like hidden. It was and like it was its own illusion. I
Oh,
really
yeah.
enjoyed those little things.
Mm-hmm.
I
That
thought the
was fun.
cinematography was really good.
Yeah, there was a lot of like actual like you sit with the characters, not a lot of editing. Like the scenes where the fight scenes in the ballroom where when Jesse Eisenberg basically they put the
Yeah.
blanket down and then boom, Dave Franco was there. There was a lot of cool like shots in this movie too. It just, like I said, it just kind of no. I guess cinematography wise, I think it was pretty much good. I don't think I have a downside when it comes to that aspect, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Plot,
The messiest thing of
Di-
this movie.
diamond heist, and you know
The twist.
cheating
I don't want to give.
husbands with
Yeah.
housemaids,
Well, I don't
and
want to. I don't want to give the twist away. So,
yeah,
but yeah, Victoria's whole backstory tied in and all that stuff. Why woe is me, rich person type shit. Like her story's fine. I think I like the heist. I think the heist is everything. It's just you're like the way they have to bring in everybody to get it done because it's their biggest heist yet or whatever. It's like, oh man, we are going down Fast and Furious level of like unrealistic shit. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
So now everybody has to show up just to do this one thing, and yeah, it's definitely a problem because it just shoehorns everybody in, and not everybody gets the role that they need, even though the movie tries to bring it to a nice little close.
They try to juggle everybody, right? The story needed these two to be in it just so they could be captured. They needed this one to help with the twist. They needed the other two to it just seemed like they were building the story with these characters as it went along, and then one person got a little bit too much characterization, and they're like, yeah, no, we gotta cut that because we need to fit these other people in there. So the plot being messy and couple that with a bunch of actors, it's just it's sad to say because, like I said, this movie's really fun when you turn your brain off, but when you think about
Yeah.
it really
It gets a little messy.
what is it? I guess I wasn't looking close enough because they weren't able to fool me. I guess if I would have just sat in front of the big ass movie theater screen with my neck like this, I probably wouldn't have seen shit coming up. But I mean, like I said, so I guess characters, world building, and the plot basically suffered because of the characters. The domino effect, right? Characters got messed up because of the characters. The world building got messed up because of the characters, and they just overstuffed the film and didn't give it enough runtime.
Yeah,
If they would have made the
basically, yeah.
I mean, would you want to see a 2-hour movie of just magicians and shit? You know what?
Yes.
What maybe this movie would have benefited off a little bit more of a runtime to basically help introduce the newcomers first. Maybe give us a little bit more of a backstory and all that stuff. But they just kind of give it to us in exposition, and you're supposed to take that. They are
Yeah,
family.
they're just good at their stuff. Their family. They're all orphans for some reason. Like, yeah. I don't know. I think that's the thing. I think the plot is fine, but it just causes everybody to get shoehorned in. and thus the movie itself suffers. So
Fight scenes. I'm gonna
I
couple
wish there
this
were
with
more.
the magician stuff, but yeah, me too. There wasn't a lot. Like I said, a lot of exposition, a lot of having to let the audience know where these people came from. But at least for what we got, what we think.
It's pretty good. For what we got was pretty good. Do I wish there was more? Yes, because I think that first one had a lot of good action scenes in it, and they just can't seem to like do anything cool like that. Like we got the police precinct scene, which I thought was pretty cool. We get the actual diamond museum one that was cool, and then I think that's it, right? Yeah,
Yeah, the security guard thing. I think that's why I say like the magic stuff is kind of coupled in with these fight scenes because I think that's when like things really get sprinkled in. Because in the first one, I don't think there was a lot of fight scenes, but there was a lot of magic scenes. Like recruiting everybody, they all did their own like little magician set and everything, and then they moved on to, I guess the bigger fish to fry, and they were able to elude the police and all that stuff with their magician skills and all that stuff in that one. In the second one, it was more aimed towards spectacle and a little bit into the fighting scenes, a little bit more than what the first one was. I know like the biggest one that everybody sees online is when they're in that vault and they're trying to move the card and they're just throwing it all over the place.
yeah.
And, it's going everywhere. One of the better scenes in the series, obviously. That's why I said that everybody watches it. This one, like I said, if you turn your brain off, you wouldn't have seen it coming. But for the most part, everything, all the magician tricks that happened in this movie, I kind of saw coming. I was like, oh, they're gonna do the build up. They're gonna make you think that this happened this way or whatever. But then they're gonna go ahead and show you the way that they actually did it and all that stuff, which was one of the greater parts of the first one when you just didn't know and everything was kind of like hanging in the balance. This one, because of so much stuff that they had to juggle, the whole plot, the characters, and everything like that, it just felt like everything was forced for everybody to have their moment. I think one of the
Yeah.
meanest forced moment that they had was when Ariana Greenblatt's character was basically like, "Oh yeah, I could open this door," and Dave Franco was like, "Oh, I could open this door," and boom, 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 he couldn't do it, and then she just went ahead and she did it like nothing, and I was like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I understand the whole passing of the torch thing, but we shouldn't dumb down the characters from the first one who basically
Yeah.
helped cheat, or they basically cheated death, right? Like they magicianed their way out of death, and it was like that shit's cool. This one, a lot of the stuff just felt like, oh yeah, we got to make it happen. This is what they loved about the first one. We're gonna go ahead and build it brick by brick with this one. Like I said, even the twist, I can't even lie, I saw it coming. They kind of set up a few of the things, and I was like, oh yeah, no, all that stuff's happening. So
I didn't see it coming. I was like, and then like right after it happened, I was like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense. Um, I don't wish it was a thing, but I mean, I guess if we're pushing forward with the franchise, it's fine. You know what I mean?
you didn't feel like it was forced. You didn't see any of
Uh,
like the magician stuff coming.
no. I mean, I guess in those moments, I turned my brain off because I was like, that looks so fucking cool. I was like, when the action scenes were happening, I was locked in. It was
Cause
everything like in between.
I gotta say, cause like even like that whole oh yeah, cause her base of operations was supposed to be in the desert, and like
Yeah,
them making her think that she went to the desert and everything. I was like, ain't that just kind of a stretch?
a little bit. Yeah,
Like you didn't know that you
that's
were
the
put in the
point. She's
back of
kind
a
of
truck.
yeah. I guess that's the point. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, there's just a few things where I was like, that's a stretch. There's no way. There's no way. This one, I gotta say, because the first two, for the most part, obviously there has to be like CGI when the card trick that I was explaining and all that stuff. Little things here and there. In the first one, I don't even think it was that heavy with it. I think it was like the second one that they kind of went a little bit heavier with the CGI. But this one was suffering because of the CGI as well. The CGI double with Ariana Greenblatt, who was like parkouring up the wall. I know like the scene where the hallway was shifting to go upside down and they were like moving all over the place. That's the part where I was like, man, there's a lot of cuts in that one. And then yeah, the CGI in this one was kind of hurting for some reason. I wonder why that was.
I don't know. I don't think I noticed anything like that either.
The whole dust at the end with the desert, when they were blowing.
Well, yeah,
it,
that one definitely
looked weird.
definitely there.
Um, there was
I think the chopper in the beginning looked weird.
the chopper in the beginning. Yeah, that was another one too. I don't know.
I don't know.
I felt like
yeah,
the
I guess if
CGI
you like
was...
sit there and nitpick the small stuff, yeah.
Well, look, man, I'm not nitpicking. I was visually watching it, and I was like, man, that shit sucked. The CGI did not look as great as I was. Honestly, there was some stuff that you didn't even need green screen. Like, if there's somebody parkouring, why didn't you just get a stunt double to parkour off the wall?
I don't know, because the way the building was. I don't know. I don't know. I guess that makes sense. I thought she looked a little weird. I know that that little rotating one you said, they did that practically. That was done practically.
Yeah, but I think because of, like, obviously you didn't want to hurt the actors, or maybe they didn't have enough money for the stunt doubles. It seemed like they used CG body doubles for that stuff.
Mm.
Maybe
I don't know.
that's where, like, it really, like, they try to do whole CG models instead of just using it for little touch-ups here and there to make sure that, the movie kind of flowed. I know,
Yeah.
like, the scene too where, like, obviously you have to use CGI to, like, cover, and VFX to cover in that room full of mirrors where there were, like, stairs and stuff like that with Woody Harrelson and all that. Like, that looked a little weird too.
Mm-hmm.
That scene. But like I said, I mean, I understand they needed to do certain things to make it happen, but it just didn't work out. Oh, when they were floating in the beginning, it's kind of weird. I gotta say that one kind of got me too. So I don't know. There's just a few things with the CGI that really lacked with this one. 100%.
Okay.
But yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, if you want to basically give us your rundown, we're at the end. Give us your rating. 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, 5 being in the middle.
I'm still down for the ride. I think this one was a good test in the waters to see where we're at. I liked it. I'm not gonna lie, even with its issues, I could definitely see myself watching it again. I still think the weakest link is the second one. So I think this one's pretty fun, and you can still shut your brain off and have a good time. I give it like 7 out of 10. It was good.
When this movie comes out, 7? Give it a 7.
Yeah.
When this movie comes out, I think we should probably do a series review. I'll rewatch the second one and everything, and maybe we could rank them or something like that. But like I said, if I turn my brain off, I give it like an 8. With my brain on, I gotta say, hey, the story was convoluted. You guys had overstuffed characters in there, which, like how you said, it made the actors kind of suffer. I did like Woody Harrelson coming back. I think he was like one of the highlights of the film. Jesse Eisenberg too. One thing about him, I understand the whole over controlling part, but I do think in the other ones they kind of made him like goofy controlling, so it wasn't so overbearing. And for him to play the role that Mark Ruffalo was playing, I think that's what caused this whole shift in characterization with him, which that would have been something that we should have possibly, like how you said, we should have probably seen that in a different film or something, right? Like the whole build up to that one. The fight scenes, there was lacking fight scenes, and even then when there was, it was super quick. And the whole magician stuff, I think the only one I didn't see coming was when they were like, oh, they switched the box, and that was pretty cool. But other than that, everything else was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's what they basically were doing in the first one. I think towards the end too, because I watched it with Julie. She was like, is the movie almost done or what? And I was like, oh yeah, they're setting up the last one right now. I was like, this is gonna be the setup, and we're gonna see it all kind of unfold right now. And so that's why I was like, oh yeah, I already seen it coming. Did it go the way 100% that I was thinking? No, but at the same time, I already knew, hey, boom, 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 this is gonna happen, and then I kind of called the twist in a way, but um, it was just how they executed it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
At the end of it, with my brain on, I give it like a, I think I give it like you, like a 7. I wouldn't go lower than a 7 because I did enjoy it. Still did have fun. I liked seeing these characters back, and I wouldn't mind seeing them again. I like Jesse Eisenberg as a character. Dave Franco, I don't know what it is. I think he's getting to the point where like his voice is becoming a parody to me because every time he reads his lines, it's like I don't know. It just sounds sometimes it just sounds funny to me. Like I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just his accent or whatever. Like I said, Justice Smith coming back or coming in as a new character. I liked him as well. Bosco, he kind of needs to grow on me. I don't think he was like a fan favorite for me. Like out of both of them, I liked Ariana and Justice. Isla Fisher coming back. Love that. I think everybody did a good job.
Yeah.
I just think the story needed some help. And then whoever said, hey, let's just throw all these characters in here, like a big old that's the thing, right? Is that like they threw them in there thinking like as if we were gonna have enough time to spend with all these people, and we just did not at all whatsoever. So a solid 7. Brain off 8.
Good. Yeah.
Brain
Okay,
on
yeah.
7. So I gotta be honest like that. And that being said, though, obviously, like I said, we're gonna be getting some sort of new like a fresh reset. That's what the director basically called it, a fresh reset for the franchise. We did get kind of a teaser for what's going to come with the 4th one, what basically is going to happen with these guys. And we kind of see who the next lineup is going to be if this series kind of continues, which is Ariana, Justice, and the person that plays Bosco. How are we feeling about a 4th installment and kind of the inclusion of obviously of Mark Ruffalo towards the end there, and potentially getting a 4th part with yet another character involved? Basically, got to figure out what happened with him and all that stuff, and I guess passing the torch to these new actors.
I don't mind them. Like I said, I think they are good and well enough in their roles for me to be interested in them again. Do we really need Mark Ruffalo? I don't know,
I know
but
you're not a fan
I'm excited.
of him. I know
I'm excited for the. I'm excited because I like these movies. Okay, I'm in it for the wave. It's good. I'm down if they are. That's it.
You see Mark Ruffalo as like me seeing Pedro Pascal. So
I think it's different.
yeah, one's an industry plant.
Mark Ruffalo sucks. No, like he hasn't been good. He hasn't been good in forever.
I heard
Pedro
he was
Pascal,
good in that Task show. Gotta watch it.
that's a TV show.
Yeah.
Hey, you need to watch a lot of stuff. All right.
You need to watch the Bruce Willis. How about that one?
Don't even think about another TV show right now.
Bet
You
haven't
don't have room.
Yeah, I know. I gotta watch.
You know-
it. I gotta watch Derry because we're gonna be giving a review for Derry pretty soon.
Exactly. You don't have
but-
room for TV shows right now.
You need to make room for some Bruce Willis. Like I said,
I always
That's
have room for
basically-
Bruce Willis.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Pause.
What do you mean by that? You got dementia. You gotta leave him alone. he don't even remember you. But yeah, we'll get around to that. I mean, for me, I think, like I said, if we're gonna pass the torch to these ones, I don't see the issue with that. But we need to make some room for these characters to breathe. That's just something that it needs to happen in this franchise for itself. Because I mean, they kind of gave us that with the second one, and obviously, like you said, I think the second one just did not hit as well as the first one. But you basically, I guess that's basically what the point was, right? Like if you're a fan, you're gonna see the second one. But if you're a newcomer and you're watching this movie and you're like, hey, I just want to jump into it for the magic and all that stuff, it was just over bloated. So I mean, seeing a 4th one could possibly be the key to make this work, but they would just have to how do you say? They would just have to build upon and probably sprinkle in some things that kind of answer some of the questions that happened in the 3rd one to give us a satisfying 4th one. And since we already still have questions from the 2nd one, We, you know what I mean? They're kind of
We're
delayed
playing catch up.
on giving us answers. That's basically what it is. I would say, yeah.
I get that. It's either make them the center and like kind of, which sucks, kind of like sideline everybody else because it's not gonna work if they keep trying to shoehorn everybody in.
Yeah. And like I said, adding Mark Ruffalo to the mix probably would. That's gonna blow up the fourth part for sure. It just
Yeah.
depends how they rock it because at this point, I mean, I'm down. Like we said, we're down for the ride. We like these characters enough to kind of go with it. But if these movies get more convoluted and don't answer the questions that we're looking for, then I mean, they're just not sticking the landing at that point. They're just actively
Yeah.
moving the goalposts every single time. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see about that one, but let us know what you guys think. Have you seen Now You See Me, Now You Don't? If you haven't, it's still in theaters, so go check that out. I would say support it because I mean it's doing really well. They greenlit the fourth one, but you know always give it the support. Check out the other two too. We'll be doing a review probably of or maybe like a ranking of all these ones. Who knows? Maybe the second one goes up higher on your list after you're done watching it. Let us know what you guys want us to talk about. Any topics that we've missed that we should be talking about, but that we haven't. Any movies you want us to review. TV shows. We're going to be doing Welcome to Derry. If you want us to do tasks as well, put Josh through the pain of watching Mark Ruffalo on every single episode because he's a star.
Don't do this.
It's a good like 6 episodes per season. Let us know what you guys think. Josh, let them know where they can talk to us and do all that good stuff.
Twitter, TikTok, Instagram at FilmBros Podcast. Post on episodes or can hit us up there for news and movies you want us to cover. Bus route link to the social I just gave you. It's like a Patreon. You subscribe, you have the show go. Greatly appreciate it. Listen to us anywhere you get your podcast at FilmBros Podcast, Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you get your podcast. Part of the conversation, Twitch at FilmBros Podcast. And it's all said and done, subscribe to YouTube at FilmBros Podcast.
And with that being said, we'll talk to you guys on the next one.
Talk to you guys later.